Hey everybody, Jonathan here from AJ and Smart. First of all, I'm recording from my childhood home. I'm making this testimonial on a visit to my parents. So, my name is Jonathan. I run a company called AJ and Smart. We are a consultancy. We work with companies like Lego, McKinsey, Google, Twitter, Procter and Gamble, pretty much almost all of the Fortune 500 and a lot of the large consultancies. What we do as part of the consulting business is we help companies with their product strategy. I've been running it for 10 years. I founded it 10 years ago and I'm still the CEO today. I also run a company called Workshopper. And Workshopper basically is a company that trains coaches and facilitators to do what we do at the AJ and Smart side of the business. So we basically teach the public how to become coaches and facilitators. Sorry if I'm speaking strangely. I have freshly put on braces. This is not like the ideal time to be making a testimonial. I'm in my childhood bedroom instead of a cool office, and I also have braces. But I really wanted to make this. So I started working with Bryan in, I guess, June 2021, I believe. And it was interesting. I've worked with a lot of coaches in my life. I've been working with a lot of coaches since the beginning of starting AJ and Smart. I guess maybe if you're interested, today we're about 23 people in the company. And yeah, we're multiple seven figures revenue. I don't know if this is important for the testimonial, but maybe it is for anyone who's watching this. Now, I started working with Bryan in June. One of my biggest problems was, I'm stepping out of the day-to-day of running the business. I've stepped back as sort of an operator, and I'm much more in a strategic role now. And Bryan's really been helping me make that transition. And what I find really amazing with Bryan, I mean, I guess maybe I should put it this way, why I'm still working with him like 7-8 months later and hopefully for a very, very long time. Even though he didn't like create a retainer or anything, I just want to keep working with him. I just keep booking another week. Why I work with him is that Bryan is just one of the few people that I've ever met who he can, with very little context, like a lot of coaches, you have to give them so much context before they can figure out what the real problem is. With Bryan, with very little context, we end up digging into problems in the business problems in my personal life, which have come up in between, which I never expected to be talking to a business coach about. And with just almost no context, he can figure the entire thing out just because I guess he has so much experience and he's also got so many techniques and so many processes. And it's every call I have with him before the call, with other coaches, sometimes you have to prepare and it just kind of gets annoying and I don't want to do it. Before the call with Bryan, I'm always like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Like, what am I going to talk about with Bryan today? And by the end of the call, I'm just like calling up, one of my business partners and I'm just like, holy shit, I just had the best call ever with Bryan. I literally said that last Thursday when I had a call with Bryan. And one of his key things that he told me in the beginning, which is interesting, he didn't try to lock me into a retainer. He didn't try to lock me into a program. He was just like, let's do a session and see if you like it. Most of my clients pretty much stick around forever. And I was like, all right, sure. And here I am, more than half a year later, still working with Bryan, still loving the sessions with him. Also booked him for like a full 1-day session in New York a couple of weeks ago, which was fantastic. And I really think I just never worked with anybody like him. Never worked with anybody who's got such a wide spectrum of, he's just got a huge range from business strategy to operational tactics to management approaches to also like romantic relationship advice. Like this guy is crazy. He can really give you like, also like last week we started getting into some like spiritual shit and I really liked it. Don't let that put you off. That was just something I wanted to dig into with Bryan. Bryan's really one of the best coaches I've ever worked with. I'm really impressed by, like, we teach coaches and we teach facilitators. And one of the things that I want to take from this is just how he keeps people retained for so long. And it's through just being a really good coach. And I think that's one of the keys of working with Bryan. Anyway, maybe another day I'll make a testimonial from the office and not just like a weird beige wall. But yeah, really impressed with Bryan. Really love working with him and trust this guy. He's great. Have a good day. Bye bye.